Was Kaguya-Hime escaping to the moon, or just logging off permanently? In a world increasingly saturated with digital distractions, virtual realities, and endless streams of curated content, the line between reality and escape blurs. We find ourselves drawn to realms where we can be anyone, do anything, and momentarily forget the complexities of our everyday lives. But what if this escape, this longing for another world, is not just a temporary reprieve, but a more profound disconnection? What if, in our pursuit of comfort and curated experiences, we are, in essence, logging off from reality, perhaps permanently? Today, on Echoes of Olympus, we delve into a timeless Japanese myth that resonates deeply with our modern condition: the tale of Kaguya-Hime, the Moon Princess. Her story is one of otherworldly beauty, earthly longing, and an inevitable return to a celestial home. We'll explore her journey as a metaphor for our own desires to escape, to find solace in solitude, and to disconnect from the emotional demands of the real world. Was Kaguya-Hime truly escaping to the moon, or was she, in a sense, just logging off permanently from a reality that became too much to bear? Join us as we unravel this ancient tale and its chilling parallels to our contemporary struggles with reality, solitude, and emotional disconnection. The tale of Kaguya-Hime, the Moon Princess, and her return. The tale of the bamboo cutter, or Kaguya-Hime, is one of Japan's oldest and most beloved folk tales, dating back to the 10th century. It's a story steeped in magic, beauty, and a profound sense of longing and transience. At its heart is a mysterious girl, found by an old bamboo cutter inside a glowing bamboo stalk, no bigger than his thumb. He and his wife raise her as their own, and she grows into a woman of unparalleled beauty, radiating a celestial light. Key elements of her story that resonate with our theme include otherworldly origin. Kaguya-Hime is not of this world. She is a celestial being, a princess from the moon, sent to Earth for a temporary stay. This immediately sets her apart, giving her an inherent sense of detachment from earthly concerns, even as she lives among humans. Unattainable beauty and isolation. Her extraordinary beauty attracts countless suitors, including the emperor himself. To avoid marriage, she sets impossible tasks for them, highlighting her desire to remain separate and untouched. Despite being surrounded by admirers, she remains fundamentally alone. Her true nature and origins a secret. Growing sadness and longing. As the years pass, Kaguya-Hime begins to gaze at the moon with increasing melancholy. She weeps, revealing to her adoptive parents that her time on Earth is drawing to a close, and she must return to her true home on the moon. This sadness suggests a deep-seated yearning for a reality beyond the earthly one, a discomfort with the human condition. The celestial return. Despite the pleas of the emperor and her adoptive family, Kaguya-Hime is ultimately taken back to the moon by a retinue of celestial beings. She leaves behind a cloak of feathers that erases all earthly memories, symbolizing a complete detachment from her time on Earth. Kaguya-Hime's story is a poignant exploration of beauty, transience, and the inherent sadness of separation. She is a being who, despite her earthly connections, never truly belongs. Her eventual return to the moon can be seen not just as a destiny fulfilled, but as an escape from the demands, the attachments, and the inevitable suffering of human existence. She logs off, not from a digital platform, but from the very reality of life on Earth. The escape from reality in the digital age. Our modern moons. Kaguya-Hime's journey to the moon, her escape from earthly attachments and the demands of human interaction, finds a powerful echo in our contemporary world. In an age of unprecedented connectivity, we are paradoxically experiencing a growing sense of disconnection, solitude, and a pervasive desire to escape the often uncomfortable realities of daily life. Our moons are no longer distant celestial bodies, but readily accessible digital realms. Consider the various ways we, like Kaguya-Hime, seek refuge from the complexities of our existence. Social media as a curated reality. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook offer a highly curated, often idealized version of reality. We can present our best selves, engage in superficial interactions, and escape the messiness of genuine human connection. The endless scroll provides a constant stream of novelty, a distraction from introspection or difficult emotions. It's a world where we can be admired without truly being known, much like Kaguya-Hime's unattainable beauty. Gaming and virtual worlds. Online gaming and virtual reality, VR, offer immersive experiences that allow us to step into entirely different identities and realities. We can be heroes, build empires, or explore fantastical landscapes, all while disengaging from our physical surroundings. For some, these virtual worlds become more compelling and rewarding than their real lives, offering a sense of agency and belonging that might be lacking offline. Binge watching and endless entertainment. The proliferation of streaming services provides an inexhaustible supply of content, allowing us to immerse ourselves in narratives that are often more dramatic, exciting, or comforting than our own lives. This passive consumption can become a powerful form of emotional numbing, a way to avoid confronting our own thoughts, feelings, or responsibilities. Online relationships and digital intimacy. While the internet can foster genuine connections, it also enables a form of intimacy that can be less demanding and more controllable than real-world relationships. We can maintain connections without the vulnerability of physical presence, the complexities of nonverbal cues, or the challenges of conflict resolution. This can lead to a superficiality that, while seemingly safe, ultimately leaves us feeling more alone. The echo chamber effect. In our digital bubbles, we often surround ourselves with like-minded individuals and information that confirms our existing beliefs. This creates a comfortable, predictable reality that shields us from dissenting opinions or uncomfortable truths, further isolating us from the broader, more diverse, and often challenging real world. These digital moons offer a seductive promise: escape from pain, boredom, and the demands of authentic living. They provide instant gratification, a sense of control, and a seemingly endless supply of distraction. But this constant escape comes at a cost. It can lead to a profound sense of solitude, even when surrounded by digital noise, and a growing emotional disconnection from ourselves and from others. The question then becomes, are we truly escaping, or are we merely postponing an inevitable confrontation with reality and perhaps losing ourselves in the process? Solitude versus disconnection. The peril of logging off permanently. It's crucial to distinguish between healthy solitude and the perilous path of emotional disconnection. Solitude, when chosen consciously, can be a powerful tool for introspection, creativity, and self-renewal. It's a space where we can reconnect with our inner selves, process emotions, and gain clarity. Many great thinkers, artists, and spiritual leaders have embraced solitude as essential for their growth and insight. Kaguya-Hime's longing for the moon could, at one level, be interpreted as a desire for a peaceful, solitary existence away from earthly demands. However, the escape to the moon in our modern context often morphs into something far more insidious, a permanent logging off from the very essence of human experience. This is not chosen solitude, but a forced disconnection, leading to a profound sense of isolation and emotional numbness. Consider the subtle but critical differences. Chosen solitude. This is an active decision to withdraw from external stimuli for a period, with a clear purpose. It's about recharging, reflecting, and returning to the world with renewed energy and perspective. It enhances our ability to connect authentically when we choose to re-engage. Forced disconnection. This is a passive retreat, often driven by anxiety, fear, or an inability to cope with reality. It's characterized by a reliance on external distractions to avoid internal discomfort, leading to a diminished capacity for genuine connection and emotional resilience. It's a state where we are physically present but emotionally absent. When we consistently choose to log off from reality, we risk erosion of social skills. Real-world interactions require empathy, active listening, nonverbal communication, and the ability to navigate complex social cues. Constant reliance on digital communication, where these nuances are often absent, can lead to a deterioration of these vital skills, making genuine connection even harder. Emotional numbing. The constant bombardment of curated content and the avoidance of difficult emotions can lead to emotional numbing. We become less capable of feeling deeply, both joy and sorrow, and our capacity for empathy diminishes. Like Kaguya-Hime, who left her earthly memories behind, we risk losing the richness of our emotional landscape. Loss of resilience. Life is full of challenges, disappointments, and setbacks. When we constantly escape into digital realms, we deny ourselves the opportunity to develop coping mechanisms and resilience. We become less equipped to face adversity, making us more vulnerable to anxiety and depression when reality inevitably intrudes. Superficiality of relationships. While digital platforms can facilitate initial connections, they often struggle to foster the depth and vulnerability required for truly meaningful relationships. The constant comparison, the fear of missing out, FOMO, and the pressure to present an idealized self can create a barrier to authentic intimacy. Diminished sense of purpose. When our lives are primarily lived in a state of escape, our sense of purpose can erode. The real world, with its challenges and opportunities for growth, is where meaning is often found. By retreating, we risk becoming passive observers of our own lives rather than active participants. Kaguya-Hime's story in this light becomes a cautionary tale. Her ultimate departure, while perhaps a return to her true home, also signifies a complete withdrawal from the human experience. For us, the danger is not a literal flight to the moon, but a metaphorical one, a gradual, almost imperceptible drift into a state where we are present in body but absent in spirit, having logged off permanently from the vibrant, messy, and ultimately meaningful reality of human life. Finding balance between worlds. So, was Kaguya-Hime escaping to the moon, or just logging off permanently? Her ancient tale, when viewed through the lens of our modern digital lives, offers a profound reflection on our innate human desire for escape, the allure of other realities, and the potential perils of profound disconnection. While her return to the moon was a preordained destiny, our own logging off is often a choice, a gradual drift away from the complexities and richness of real-world engagement. This is not to say that digital spaces, virtual realities, or moments of solitude are inherently bad. They offer incredible opportunities for connection, learning, entertainment, and introspection. The challenge lies in finding a conscious balance, in ensuring that our forays into these moons do not become a permanent retreat from the very experiences that define our humanity. To avoid logging off permanently, we must cultivate mindful engagement, being intentional about how and why we use digital tools. Are we using them to connect, learn, or create, or merely to escape and numb? Setting boundaries and practicing digital detoxes can help us stay grounded. Authentic connection, prioritizing face-to-face interactions, deep conversations, and shared experiences that foster genuine intimacy and empathy. Real relationships, with all their messiness and vulnerability, are the antidote to emotional disconnection. Embracing reality, acknowledging that life, with its challenges, its discomforts, and its imperfections, is where true growth and meaning reside. Running from reality only postpones the inevitable and deprives us of the lessons and joys that come from engaging with it fully. cultivating inner resources, developing resilience, self-awareness, and emotional regulation skills that allow us to navigate difficult feelings and situations without needing to constantly escape. This is about building an inner sanctuary, not an outer one, finding purpose in the present, anchoring ourselves in meaningful activities, passions, and contributions in the real world. When we have a strong sense of purpose, the allure of endless escape diminishes, as we are actively building a life worth living. Kaguya-Hime's story reminds us that while the call of other worlds can be seductive, our true home, our true growth, and our most profound connections are often found right here, on Earth, in the messy, beautiful, and undeniably real experience of being human. The goal is not to abandon the moon, but to visit it with intention and always know how to find our way back home. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the Echoes of Olympus channel for more deep dives into mythology, philosophy, and the human experience, and share it with someone who needs to find their balance between worlds. And remember, the most profound reality is the one you live.